Khaki-Sadigh. Production designer, Michael Wylie. Visual effects supervisor, Marian Spades. Stunt coordinator, Jeff Iroh. And now, from the Fire Nation, Dallas Liu. And the Water Nation is up next, including Kiawentiio, and Ousley, next, the Avatar himself, Gordon Cormier. Executive producer, director, and visual effects supervisor, Raisani. And finally, executive producer and writer, Albert Kim.
Avatar, gotta say balance.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about what Albert said. It's about family. It's about finding community and finding yourself specifically through your community.
Man, I was just gonna say all that.
All right.
No, I completely agree. I was gonna, the first word that came to mind was family, but also like honing in on yourself and growing alongside yourself and self-discovery too.
Yeah, family and relationships and what that looks like and all the different dynamics. I mean, we see so many different family dynamics between found family and even like dysfunctional family, as we see in the Fire Nation, which I think a lot of people resonated with when they grew up watching the OG series, and I think our show does an awesome job of bringing that to life.
What can I say? I mean, I feel sorry for you at the end. You made me dry right there. But I have to say, really, it is a voyage for me, at least, self-discovery, finding out who you are and what you want in life.
Yeah, I'd have to follow in Paul, remembering who you are, which is one of Gatso's quotes in the trailer that we saw, but also just pure love, whether it's family, friends, or people in need of help. I think that's what our show is about.
What do you admire about the characters you portray?
I really admire Aang's way with people, the way that he can get into people's hearts and change their minds.
Yeah, I think something I really admire about Sokka is his heart to defend the people that he loves, even when he doesn't always have the capabilities to do so. In his natural state, like with Waterman and all of them, they have some more abilities, but his heart is there, and he ends up using his mind a lot more in engineering and trying to figure out how to find his purpose.
I think for Katara, something I really admire about her is, her compassion and her kindness. We know very well that she will stick up for what's right, and the people that, need that help, she will be there to help them, and that's a very admirable trait. And there are many things from Katara that I have tried to implement into my own life after filming this season, but yeah.
I mean, Azula's just a stand-up person. So much to admire from her. No, I admire the confidence in her ambition and her ability to know exactly what she wants and to try to achieve it.
Unwavering loyalty to Uncle Iroh, especially in our series, where we get to see, not only what Uncle Iroh has done for Zuko, but what Zuko has been able to do for Uncle Iroh. The relationship that Albert and the writers on our series built for those two characters really stuck out to me because it felt very similar to my own life with my own family. And so all of the hours and time spent real playing Zuko and Uncle Iroh.
It's like finding the tunnels, and then we got to do like some of our most fun scenes as actors, which was like a lot of the fighting stuff in the tunnels. So that was a really great bonding experience, I feel like, for us specifically.
For sure.
But I definitely channeled that in a lot of the scenes with Daniel Dakin because it was real. You know, I learned a lot, but also definitely was intimidated by his presence.
Yeah, the intimidation factor was not much acting involved in there.
At that time, COVID was going pretty strong, so we started with an online training, a creative process that had not been done before, but it seemed to give us an early first step. But the first thing we started to do was with breathing. There's some incredible, authentic performance that can happen when we engage our breath. So the first thing we defined was a breath that reflected each of the bending styles. So if you were to exhale all of your breath from your body and push it out, there's a natural reflex that happens. This is a Qigong technique. We wanted to make sure that the bending didn't reflect magic, that it was something that was a derivative of your internal energy, something that's very common in Chinese mythology. And what you'll find is that there's that natural push and pull. That's the beginning of water bending. We layered on top of that Tai Chi Chuan, where we started to, or we gave our cast opportunity to learn those movements, and in combination with what our Vis Effects team was doing, we were able to create bending. So we did this with each individual style, and it was a difficult process that we tortured our cast with over 5 weeks. 6 weeks if we include our online training, and something that I think with that training gave everybody an understanding of what bending was, so that we all could curate this language.
So that was a whole other situation, because it was like 15 feet tall, and the horns and the legs were there. I remember like I was so excited to see Appa for the first time. That was like the most exciting thing I was to see in general. And wasn't ready like as soon as we went on the show, like day one. But about halfway through block one, someone tapped me and was like, "Hey, Appa's in stage 3, you should go check it out." And I was like, "No way, are you serious?" And I was like, they're like, "You want to see it?" I was like, "Yeah." Ran over, I like run slide, and I see the legs. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I look up and it's just faceless. And I was like, "Oh no, what is it?" Oh wow! It's so cool. But yeah, I mean, we gotta give a big thank you to the VFX team, because that's not what we were looking at. But it was really fun. Like when we got to ride on top of Appa, there was like, 10 guys that were manually like pulling it up and down, like making it look like we were flying and stuff like that. That process is pretty funny to like kind of get out of the reality you're living in is so hilarious. And then put yourself in the reality of like, oh wait, we're like running away from the Fire Nation and we're gonna die. Hold on, let's put ourselves back there.
For Momo, because they put a tennis ball on a stick wrapped with green tape, but it really let me use my imagination, so actually I had a lot of fun with that.
That's the thing about working with kids, is their imagination is great. I think it really literally is an advantage that younger actors have over older actors. Not to say that they don't have imagination either, but like they're used to like kind of playing make-believe. And just to be clear, the thing they're talking about is we built this Appa rig, which was the saddle, so that they could sit in it, and that was physical. It was high up enough that they had to be strapped in it, and didn't come down often for hours at a time. And so like, Ian and Kiawentiio often were up there for a better part of the day, just hanging out. You could tell when they were getting a little bit loopy because they just started giggling uncontrollably and flopping down and doing all sorts of fun, silly things, yeah.
It was hot. It was hot in there.
That's how we bonded.
Right. Roll and Appa trapped together. They're like, bond now.